Unit 62 has been and remains to be one of the most sought after units in Colorado. The over-the-counter tags for elk encourage hunters to go there every season. The elements that drive Unit 62's success include its close proximity to the Uncompahgre Plateau, the healthy concentration of elk and mule deer numbers, and the favorable weather patterns that allow these herds to be present at every altitude of this flat-top mountain range. Unit 62 gains traction from hunters because its tags are more attainable than other units. As a result of this heavily hunted unit, large bucks and bulls may be tougher to find since the likelihood of them maturing is diminished. Mule deer. When scouting, be on the lookout for bedding areas, as the mule deer bed in the public hunting areas. Depending on which season you are hunting, study the migratory patterns since the mule deer descend into the lower lying elevation as the winter ramps up. The average quality mule deer in Unit 62 ranges from 150 to 170. The current buck-to-doe ratio is 31 to 100. Elevation levels are not much of an indicator for elk activity. They may just be passing through, but elk can be spotted in this unit with no regard for altitude. The dense oak brush in some areas makes close-range hunting the best plan of action. Since this unit is frequented by many other hunters, you may see better success by getting off the beaten path and tracking elk in those more remote areas. Be mindful of the private land territories that obstruct some access. A GPS unit would be helpful to aid in this dilemma and also keep you on course when stepping away from the trails. The quality of elk in this area ranges from 280 to 310 with a trophy potential of 320 inches and up. The current bull to cow ratio is 19 to 100. The lower altitudes are scattered with desert plant life, including but not limited to sagebrush, broom and snakeweed, and shadscale saltbrush. The middle elevations contain pinyon, juniper, cliff rose, sage, and other food sources that pull the deer and elk in. The thick shrubbery of the midsection of the mountains can be cumbersome and can make stalking very difficult to pull off without spooking the deer or elk. In addition to the loudness of the oak brush, getting an obstruction-free shot can be very difficult. Higher elevations of this unit are scattered with spruce and fir trees, as well as birch and aspen. When making your way through Colorado Unit 62, there are only a few things to know. U.S. Forest Service Road 402, the Divide Road, runs along the western border of the unit and will lead you into Unit 61. Be mindful of the weather patterns prior to and during your hunting trip, as the rain and snow can make several small roads impassable.